now I'm going to use this Cocobolo baroque flute head joint made for a modern silver flute. So if you want to get the holiness and depth and mystical ancient wisdom from the wooden flute, but you want to have the modern facility with the fingerings, this is your solution. Cocobolo is a very hard, beautiful wood, it's like ebony. Some say it's better than ebony for flutes. It has a certain resonance which is perfect for the flute. I'm going to use two of these head joints. I have another one over here. And the difference between them is that this is a head joint from the Rottenburgh baroque flute, and this is the head joint from the Naust. Now, baroque flute players will be familiar with these two very popular types of baroque flutes. The difference is that the Rottenburgh has a parabolic bore. When this head joint is made, it's not just a hole, it's not just an even tube, as you know. I'm sure everyone, flute players all know this. It's cut in a parabola, so imagine what that is. You don't just take a drill and cut it, you have to cut it in a parabolic form, which is it's a special tool which can perform that amazing task. And the Naust, which is an earlier flute, probably 100 years before the Rottenburgh, there was the Naust. It's the earliest of the baroque flutes, and its bore is cylindrical. It's also not cylindrical, excuse me. I meant to say conical. Not cylindrical, but conical. So this is parabolic and this is conical, and so we have two different options for a baroque flute head joint for a modern silver flute, which are going to give different types of responses. It's not that one sounds better than the other. To my ear, the Rottenburgh has a richer middle register, middle harmonic, the EQ, high, middle, low of the sound. The middle is a little bit stronger to my ear, but the Naust with the Naust head joint with the conical bore, the sound is more homogenized, it's more focused. All of the different frequencies unify. So it's not stronger in the middle or stronger in the higher or in the bass sounds of the EQ, but all of the sounds seem to blend so that releases my breathing, and it makes all the playing become much smoother. But here, let's try to sample how these sound. Switch to the Naust, the conical bore, Cocobolo baroque flute head joint for a modern. As far as I know, this is a completely unique idea. I don't think I've certainly never heard of anyone making such a thing. It's a totally new idea in the world. It's a tremendous solution for a flute player. The embouchure, although baroque flute head joint, it's a different concept from a modern flute wooden head joint. When they make modern flute wooden head joints, they say, well, we want the wooden sound, it's softer, it's sweeter, and so on. So they make it exactly like a silver head joint, but from wood. So the embouchure hole will be exactly the same as a modern flute embouchure hole. The angles in the inside, the undercutting. The thickness of the wood, they'll try to get it as thin as possible. They'll even put the lip plate made out of wood in order to give the person the feeling that you have a modern flute head joint is just made out of wood. But in the Baroque flute head joint is an entirely different concept. The embouchure hole is smaller, it's shaped differently. And you don't blow, it's not the same, you're a little bit further back, you're a little bit blowing more over the hole than into it than in a modern flute. The wood is thicker, the shape on the inside is different. The undercutting is all different. So that you're getting a Baroque flute response, which means that you're getting all of that deep, hallowed, magical, Baroque, that voice-like quality. You're getting all those qualities from the head joint with that response, but since it's a silver body, it still has the strength. It's not as loud as a silver flute head joint. A silver head joint, that of course is loud. That was actually built for volume. When they needed in the 19th century, the orchestras needed louder instruments. So it's definitely louder. But this will give you a sound which is halfway between the Baroque flute and the silver flute, but it has all the responses and the feeling of sweetness and depth of the Baroque flute. Not just wood, but Baroque wood. It's a more refined, gentler area, but it's more unified in what it is.